Okay, we are going to make California chicken rice bowl. Really simple recipe. You can substitute lots of different things for it. So first thing, let's get our rice started. All of these meals, I want them to be really easy. Give them a try. And I want to show you that cooking can be easier than you think it is and tastes good. The rice, we will put in, this is going to make enough for 4, but you choose how much rice you want and how much other things you'd like. So this is 2 cups of rice. Okay. I'm just going to swirl it a bit. Then, just going to plug it in, start it. Let that start cooking. Now we're going to prep our ingredients that go on top of that. So we are going to quarter these grape and cherry tomatoes. And just go as fast as possible. Really, there's no perfect look to them. Of course, always be careful with a knife. They are sharp. And you can also just half these. Just depends on what you want to go for. Some of these smaller ones I'm not going to quarter. So for this recipe, we are going to use rotisserie chicken, zucchini that we're going to saute, these diced tomatoes or quartered tomatoes, and also guacamole. You could just replace it with avocado. And we're going to use a little bit of an Asiago Caesar type dressing. Use whatever dressing you like. Also, we want to make sure we season the chicken quite well with the dressing and also the zucchini with salt and pepper, because this is going to be the main flavor of our dish, because the rice, it does not have flavor. So, let's put this in a dish and put it aside. Clean off your cutting board. We are going to cut the zucchini. So I've washed this. Make sure you always wash your vegetables just by rinsing them in water. We're just going to make bite-sized pieces. And if you're new to using a knife, go slow. You don't want to cut yourself. Also, make sure your knives are always sharp. It's much easier to cut yourself with a dull one because it slips on the vegetable or the food that you're cutting. Instead of going in, it slides off and it's easier to cut you, and you start to have to push harder and different things. So always make sure that you keep your knife nice and sharp. Okay, for the time being, I'm going to put it back where the tomatoes were. All right, so now we're moving on. This is just rotisserie chicken. You could always grill up your own. It's a chicken breast. What I'm going to do is cut it so it's not quite as thick. I want these to be bite-sized pieces that are easy to eat, and you don't have to cut it because it's going to be in the rice bowl. You want everything just easy to eat right there. And feel free to add as much chicken or whatever protein you're going to use as you like. And then we are just going to put this back in the dish. And we're going to cook the zucchini now. Okay, let's get started. You want to heat up your pan first. Do maybe a medium-high heat, depending on how hot your stove runs. I have different burners that run at different temperatures. This one's pretty good at medium-high. If you have a fairly hot one, do medium. So let that heat up for a minute before we add our oil. And then make sure you have your salt and pepper nearby. We're going to season it towards the end of it. And we have our zucchini all cut up, ready to add. Let's add some oil. I just kind of eyeball this, but maybe about 2 tablespoons or so. You want this to get hot before we add the zucchini. So give that a minute to heat up. It's probably good enough. You can kind of look at the oil, see if it has a shimmer to it. You don't want it to get too hot, or else when you add this, it will burn you. It will splash up and burn you. And you can put a screen on this or a lid on it if you really want to catch the splatters. Give it a stir. Sometimes I like to flip them all over. I might work on that. You do not have to do this if you want. You can just kind of keep stirring it here and there, but I kind of like it. And the oil I'm using is avocado oil. You can choose whatever oil you like, but I do like this. It's good for higher temperatures. Olive oil is not a good choice for sauteing it. The heat point is not good on that one for sauteing. I really like the color on this. You decide what you like. Just add salt and pepper to what you think. But like I said before, make sure you add it so it's quite flavorful. So when it mixes with the rice, it just is a nice balanced flavor. So maybe a little bit more than you normally would for a side dish. If you want to, you can take a little taste test. Remember, it will be very hot. I'm going to add more salt. Everything's all done already. Rice is cooked. We're just going to open it. Okay, you want to fluff it up a bit. Sometimes it won't look very good. This one looks just fine, but you want to fluff it up and then close it up for just a minute, and it helps it to kind of disperse itself and get more uniform in there. At least that's what I like to do. You can also let me know what you like to do to just help improve rice. Get our bowls. Okay, so to build this bowl, of course, we're going to start off with a rice base. We're going to season this chicken with the dressing, and I like to use, I want to say it's called Brianna's Asiago dressing. It's kind of a Caesar type dressing. It's so good if you've never tried it. It's very flavorful. So put your dressing on it and mix that around. Let's bring our rice bowl back. We're going to put our chicken on, then our tomatoes on. This is going to be your whole dinner, so make sure you give yourself enough food on there for yourself to be full, get a lot of vitamins, protein, and be full. And then I have some guacamole. So we're just going to put on a good sized portion right in the middle. This is what your bowl will look like. And you want to eat it right away. That way the rice is hot. It's great in the winter. It's great in the summer. It's super easy. You could even do up extra vegetables and have it throughout the week and just warm it up. Have extra rice on hand. It's a really easy meal. Okay, well, let me know if you try this. I would love to hear the variations you made, if you tried the exact recipe, how it turned out for you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back for another wonderful cooking video. Bye-bye.